This emergency week is very important, and I'm very happy they've come together to pull together, to stand together for burnout. No, emergency departments are very critical departments. They are departments where the work rate is very fast. Patients come in, some of them are in critical stage, they are dying. So any doctor, any nurse, anybody who is working there has to be on his or her toes. And they have to move fast. See sometimes about 3 or 4 patients coming at the same time. So all what it means is that if you are in the emergency department, you should always be on the lookout. And no matter amount of staff you put in emergency department, they always have workload issues. And workload issues are the things which will burn the staff out. And this is exactly what they are trying to discuss. But to do that and do that effectively, they should all stand together. They should support each other. Sometimes the emergency department, all of us have worked in emergency department here and also abroad before. Sometimes you have to even to stay in and help your other people before if your duty is over. Because you cannot see a few nurses or a few doctors when there's a lot of an accident has come in. You all have to stay together. So it leads to burnout. So I'm very happy that they are discussing this passionately and make sure that everybody knows what they're supposed to do. A lot depends on them themselves. You have to pull together. Nobody there have to be lazy. You have to support each other. And then another bit also is with the management. So they have the resources that they have to work off. They have the necessary medications, the necessary equipment to work off. And the other bit also depends on the Ministry of Health, Ghana Health Service, and the government per se, because these are public hospitals. So we should always make sure that things are working. There's a preventive maintenance of all equipment there. So if somebody wants to take an X-ray, take an ultrasound, do a CT scan or MRI, is easily available. And then you manage also the patient's perspective and especially the relatives. Because relatives who come of them, the carers who come of them are also under stress. So they will also put a lot of pressure on you. So I'm very happy that they are discussing this together. And every year I know they take a topic and discuss it. And that's the way to go. So there are very few of them. This is a new department, is very young. So we are trying to build, especially emergency medicine is very young in this country. For Ghana, in the West Africa sub-region, started training emergency physicians. At first, we used casualty system, but now we have emergency physicians, we have emergency nurses that we are trying to train a lot of them to be able to care for our people when they are in critical situations. Brain drain is from Adam. Anybody who is a professional who is working would like to better a system that is working, him or herself. So we normally look at where things are better. And since the whole world is not a monologue, it's not one monotonous word, we have different economic levels. There are people who have the economic muscle, and that's where people continue living. So all what we have to do as policymakers, as government, is to make sure that we mitigate brain drain. You cannot stop it completely, but you mitigate it. It has happened over and over and over again throughout my about 40 years of work. I've seen it. All of us, we went out to train and came back. Some people went out to train. Some of my colleagues went out to train. They never came back, but they wish they are back. It's not rosy anywhere. It's rosy when you are in your country. But the problem is that you are competing with other things. So we will continue having these problems. But the most important is how to mitigate it, how to sit down, how to make sure that things work and work very well. And to me, the developed countries who are looking for staff, who are looking for health professionals, especially after COVID, should all come and sit down around of us. And then we see the way that we can have win-win situation. But if they go behind and then do other things, it becomes a problem. So that somebody who is going knows that I'm going here, I'm going to this hospital. They don't even struggle. And then they go maybe for a period of time. A few of them will be left there, will maybe marry, they will not come. But most of them will come back, like we came back. So you go and learn something else in addition and come and put it into the system to also have quality care in the system. So that is what some of us are looking at. That's what we are trying to do to make sure that we have a win-win situation and then mitigate the effects of brain drain, which will also cause definitely burnout. So this is what government is doing.